Dear students, now we begin with chapter number 7, Structural Organization in Animal. Already in chapter number 4, Animal Classification, you have studied animals of different types. Mainly, animals are classified into two types, unicellular and multicellular. In unicellular animal, all physiological function, digestion, respiration, excretion, etc. are performed by single cell. During the process of evolution, unicellular organism converted into multicellular animals. Multicellular animals are more efficient because their each and every function is performed by special type of tissue, organ and system. So multicellular organisms are more efficient than unicellular organism. Already you have studied during the process of evolution, cell of similar origin, structure and function combine and form tissue. Different tissue constitute an organ which perform specific function that are the collective and integrated activities of the constituent tissues. Means different tissue combine together and form organ. Several organs together constitute an organ system. Organs of a system function in a coordinated manner to carry out a major life processes. So, cell form tissue, tissue form organ, and organ form the organ system. All complex animals have 4 types of tissue. Epithelial tissue, second is connective tissue, third is muscular tissue, and fourth is nervous tissue. Today we begin with the epithelial tissue. Epi means upper and thelial means layer. Most of the internal and external organ have their upper layer forming by epithelial tissue. What are the characteristics of epithelial tissue? This epithelial tissue, they rest on basement membrane. This is the basement membrane, the supporting membrane to the epithelial tissue. So all epithelial tissue have a supporting layer called basement membrane. Epithelial tissue is mainly protective. So here cells are compactly arranged so that nothing can go inside the organ or nothing can leave the organ. Cells are compactly arranged. These cells are joined by a cementing substance called matrix. All these cells are joined by a cementing substance called matrix. So here cells are more and matrix is very less. These epithelial tissue, they form the different type of structure. For example, epithelial tissue classified into two groups, simple epithelium and compound epithelium. So epithelium is of two types, simple and compound epithelium. Simple epithelium classified into four types. First is squamous. Whenever you learn this tissue, learn in three topics. First is their habitat. Where are they found? Second, their structure. And third is their function. So their location, structure and function. This squamous epithelium cells are compactly arranged, one layered. All simple epithelium have single layer of cell. Don't say they are multicellular, though they look multicellular, but it is like tiles on the floor. Tiles have only single layer. So squamous epithelium are multicellular, arranged like tiles on a floor. Compactly arranged, uninucleate, having cytoplasm. This squamous epithelium is meant for filtration and for diffusion. So this squamous epithelium is found in the organ which is meant for filtration and for diffusion. You have studied through the blood vessel, blood, plasma and other substances diffuse constantly. So blood vessels are lined by squamous epithelium. Then it forms inner lining of alveoli of lung. Alveoli are air sac present in lung. You know, through alveoli, exchange of gases, carbon dioxide and oxygen take place. It line the peritoneum of body cavity. So it is found in inner lining of alveoli, in blood vessel and peritoneum layer of body cavity. So squamous is meant for diffusion and for filtration. Second is cuboidal. Name itself shows they appear cube-like in vertical section. Cell appear cube-like in vertical section. Uninucleate, having cytoplasm. It is found in duct of salivary gland, pancreas and in thyroid vesicle. So most of the gland, which gland? Thyroid gland, duct of salivary gland and thyroid vesicle. Vesicle means bag, small bag-like cell present in thyroid gland. They may bear microvilli on their surface to increase the area of absorption. It is found in proximal convoluted tubule of nephron. So cuboidal epithelium is of two types. Some cuboidal epithelium have cilia. These cilia help to propel the particle present or the fluid present in the duct. You have studied salivary gland duct, thyroid vesicle, all have fluid inside them. So fluid is transferred through the cilia. Second is brush bordered cuboidal epithelium. These have brush like border and they are present in proximal convoluted tubule of nephron. Nephron is the unit of kidney where urine is produced, and these nephron have proximal convoluted tubule, a structure which is highly coiled near the Bowman capsule. So this is called proximal convoluted tubule. It has brush bordered cuboidal epithelium. Simple columnar epithelium. Name itself shows this epithelium have cell arranged like column. They have more height and less width. So they are column shaped. Nucleus is located towards the lower side, not in the center. And this columnar epithelium found in the inner surface of stomach, gallbladder, intestine, gastric gland and intestinal gland. So what is their location? They are found inner surface of stomach, gallbladder, intestine, gastric gland and intestinal gland. In the intestinal mucosa, these cells have microvilli and increase the area of absorption. So, columnar epithelium is also of two types, ciliated and brush border. Ciliated found in fallopian tube to transport the egg and bronchiole of the lungs. You have studied bronchiole are the short branches of bronchi. So, what is their location? Fallopian tube and bronchiole. Brush border epithelium is found in intestinal mucosa. Then pseudostratified. Pseudo means false, strata means layer. These cells give an appearance of multi-strata, multi-layered. They look like multi-layered, but actually it is single layer. Some cells are small, situated below the big cell. So it appears the multi-layered, but actually it is not multi-layered. So this is called pseudostratified. This pseudostratified found in trachea and large bronchi of the lungs. So pseudostratified found in trachea and in large bronchi of the lungs. So simple epithelium divided into four types according to their shape: squamous, polygonal, cuboidal, cube-like, columnar, elongated, and pseudostratified. Appears like multi-layer, but it is single layer. Now second type is compound epithelium. Compound epithelium consists of more than one layer of the cell. So simple epithelium is single layered and compound epithelium is multi-layered. It is divided into two types: transitional and stratified. Transitional epithelium is multi-layered, thin-walled and it is stretchable. So compound epithelium is multilayered, thin-walled, and it is stretched. It can be stretched. Then it allows expansion of some organ by flattening and by stretching. It is found in urinary bladder and in ureter. You can see non-distended cell when the urinary bladder is full with urine. Each and every cell appear separate. So it is non-distended, and distended urinary bladder when it is empty. So when urinary bladder is empty, the cell appear flat, overlapping to one another. So transitional epithelium is multilayered. It is stretchable and it is found in the organ which contract and expand according to their function. When urinary bladder is non-distended, full with urine, you can see each and every cell is separate, and when it is empty, the cell seems overlapping, flat. So it is called the transitional epithelium. Second is stratified epithelium. Strata means layer. They rest on basement membrane. Lowermost layer is called germinative layer. This germinative layer, as the name shows, has capacity of cell division. Cell divide and form new cell. New cell, being more energetic, occupy the place of old cell. New cell, being more energetic, occupy the place of old cell, and old cell are pushed outside. During this process, they become flat and finally dead. They form horny layer of the skin. So this type of epithelium is found in the skin, moist surface of buccal cavity. So these are classification of epithelial tissue. Some specialized epithelium is called glandular epithelium. What is the meaning of gland? When a cell becomes secretory, it is called gland. They are not secretory, but when a cell becomes secretory, it is called gland. So epithelium which line the secretory cell is called glandular epithelium. It is of two types, unicellular and multicellular. You can see here the unicellular duct. Unicellular duct is found in mucosa of intestine. Example, goblet cell. Goblet cell found in mucosa of intestine, and they secrete mucus. So mucus comes out through the duct. Duct means this tube having the opening. So it is goblet cell of small intestine. Multicellular glandular epithelium found in salivary gland. Salivary gland produce saliva. You can see these are different type of gland lined with secretory cell. Through this single duct, saliva comes out. Multicellular glandular epithelium divided into two types, exocrine gland and endocrine gland. Exocrine means having duct. These are exocrine duct. Goblet cell, salivary gland are exocrine gland. So gland having duct are called exocrine. Endocrine gland have no duct. They are closed from all the sides. You can see these are closed structure are endocrine gland. They are surrounded with blood capillaries. The secretion is poured directly into the blood. Most common endocrine gland you have studied pituitary gland, etc. So these glands they pour their secretion directly into the blood. They have no duct. So multicellular gland are of two types, having duct or without duct. What is the function of epithelium tissue? First function is in exchange of material. Second function is in absorption and in secretion. Third function is they are meant for protection and for the mechanical and chemical stress. So with this epithelial tissue is over.